Hey guys, really appreciate all the support you guys been giving me on YouTube recently. I've been having a ton of fun in season 9 and hope I can just keep coming out with videos to help you guys learn this game. If you guys want to use code Leon to check out with Focus, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to go to my Nexus link and support me with buying some yemas, I'd greatly appreciate it. Love you guys.
It's Vanna's fault.
Why me though?
My bad, chat. I feel like in the stream, you guys never stop hearing me chew. All right, mid-season means it needs to be big patch. I reviewed it already. Drink some water. H2O, it's good for you. Drink water. And now I'm going to break it down for you, chat. And we're going to do it so that you guys don't have to stay here for 55 minutes. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick. That's all I know. But you'll have all the jam-packed information. So Danny Phantom, Janice, you guys know what's about to go down, right? I'm going to snipe some kids looking at being Danny Phantom. All right. Some new skins. All look super nice. All look awesome. Smite skin art team. I mean, cracked. We all know that. All right, the following free gods, whatever, we don't care about that. Oh, tier 2 skins are now are now favor. So maybe I could buy some for you guys. I have so much favor. Joan's Vigor unchanged. This is the lifesteal Joan's Wrath. So you're still going to have that one. Now it's a new Jotun's Cunning as a glyph. Every time you damage an enemy god with an ability, you gain a stack of wit. At 2 stacks, your next non-ultimate ability, damage the enemy god, gets 25% of its cooldown refunded, instantly refunded. So that is really sick. I love it. I'm going to be using this one all the time. I mean, obviously if they have like no brawlers, no divine, I'd probably go bigger. But Cunning is going to be sick. Really excited about that. Calamitous Rod, that was an okay one. I kind of liked it a little bit. And then they have the new one, Perfected God of Tahuti. Successfully damaging an enemy god with an ability applies a mark for 3 seconds. Damaging them a second time with another ability consumes a mark and provides 10% movement speed. For example, if you whirlpool and then you try the person, it should proc this. So you get an extra 10% movement speed for 2 seconds. And reduces your non-ultimate abilities by 1.5. So like kind of like a better Boombas. Only one mark can be obviously not better because, you know, Boomba's hammer, it's every ability proc, so. But only one mark can be active at a time and cannot be applied for 10 seconds after consuming a mark. So 10 seconds in between. That's sick. I love items like that. Nimble Bancroft's talent is pretty much a nimble Rada Tahuti where you got attack speed for 2% attack speed for every 40 magical power, so it's the same thing as the old one. Just a different name. The new glyph of Bancroft called Bancroft's Claw. Every 15 seconds gain a stack of hunger, max 3 abilities cast within 30 units of enemy gods consume a stack. So pretty close. Dealing bonus damage equal to 0.5% of their max HP, so Reaver-ish. For each 75 magical power you have, so 0.5. So let's say you have 75, 150, 300. That's 4% of their max HP. That's a good chunk. Each god damaged by hunger provides you with a shield of 1% of your max HP. So this seems really good for like Zhong. If you were to go like Warlocks and Zhong, like that seems like it'd be nuts. This cannot exceed 35% of your max HP. So, like, there's a cap on it. The Ferocious Executioner inheriting Joan's Ferocity. So, if you guys remember Joan's Ferocity, it's the same thing, but now it's a glyph of Executioner. So, at your next basic attack, enemy marks an enemy god. If you hit the marked enemy or the marked enemy hits you with a basic attack or ability, gain 1 stack. Each stack provides 2% increased damage towards the marked enemy. Stack it up to 10 times, so 20%. This effect can occur every 30 seconds. Pretty cool. This one is probably the one I'm going to be using, though. Basic attacks against an enemy reduce your target's physical protections by 17.5% for 3 seconds, max 2 stacks. Attack speed is capped at 1.75. No, Silver Branch will only provide power from passive once you've exceeded 2.5 attack speed. Silver Branch passive text has been updated to reflect this. Boom. Magi's glyphs. Defensive glyphs. We like those. Whenever your passive is consumed, obviously Magi's, so your bubble is consumed, the nearest allied god within 25 units gains protections from a single hard crowd control effect for 5 seconds. So you get like your teammate gets a Magi's for like 5 seconds. If this passive is consumed before the time runs out, they gain 1 second of crowd control immunity. This is sick. I love this one. This one's sick too though. Magi's Revenge. The first enemy god to hit you with a hard CC while you are protected becomes marked for revenge for 5 seconds. The gods marked for revenge cause enemy gods within 40 units to move 20% faster towards them, Erendite like, and take 10% increased damage. Pretty sick. I like it. It's more. This is more of the assassin one. This is more of the supporty one. All masks in their current iteration are removed. Peace out, mask. We hate you. Haha. Only Alright, so this is a new starter item. It's very similar. Alright, so items that give but then take away are I don't really like, but Hyris likes it for some reason, so whatever. Protector mask. I'm burping, sorry chat. 125 health, 100 mana. Decrease damage dealt by 6%. Plus 0.25% of your god's level. So 6% level 1, and then it increases 0.25. What is that cap of that? Cap 20. What is that? 0.25 times 20 is what? 4 or 5. So it's 5%. So it gets up to 11% decrease in damage. Decreased damage taken by 6%. Plus 0.25% your god's level. So same thing, 11%. Getting your assist. Getting the assist of an enemy minion or jungle monster dying will provide 8 bonus gold and restore 15 health and 15 mana. So very similar to Watchers. If you're not within 30 units of an ally god for 20 seconds, this passive is disabled until you are near an ally god again. So very similar to Watchers, if not the same. So you're only allowed to purchase this if you're a mage, assassin, and hunter. Upgrade from Protector's Mask. So you would need to get this starter to get this item. Kind of weird. Hunters would never use this. Assassins would never use this. Mages would never use this. Correct? Or am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. 300 health, 200 mana, right? Because it's upgraded from a starter. So that means you would not get the starter. Like, you would have to get the starter. Yeah, so like Baron support or like Assassin support. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Najah support. Hunter support. I don't know. Whatever. You get 10% CCR. You gain 5% of cowardice. Each stack reduces damage dealt and healing output by 10%. For each 60 protections from items, remove a stack of cowardice. So if you do build this item, you want a ton of prots because it will remove the stacks of cowardice, which reduce your damage dealt and healing output. So when you remove a stack of cowardice, you gain a stack of bravery. For each stack of bravery, you gain 3% damage mitigation and provide 7 physical, magical, and physical prots to allied gods within 55 units. So example like Fenrir, yeah, Nox, all the weird supports have like their Lonos mask starter. Fighter's mask for warriors and guardians. 650 gold, 10 physical power, 15 magical power, 10 HP 5, no MP 5, so I'm going to keep in mind. 10% CDR. CDR is real nice. Increased damage dealt by 6% plus 0. Same thing as the other mask. This item grants 2 MP 5 per 10% of your missing mana. So it does have mana in the passive. And your abilities deal 10 bonus ability true damage to minions. So it's a pretty good item, honestly. Tyr, Achilles. I could think about like all the warriors, I feel. Some guardians, aggressive guardians. You know, maybe Serb. So this is the upgrade from the fighter's mask. Only purchasable by warrior and guardian, same thing. 60 physical power, that's a lot of physical power. 80 magical power, 20 HP 5, that's a lot of HP 5. 10% CDR. So question, you lose the mana, you lose the mana. What happens to this passive? It dies with this, I'm assuming. Yeah. You gain 5 stacks of weakness. Each stack increases your damage taken by 10%. For each 65 physical power or 90 magical power from items, removes a stack of weakness. So I feel like this is going to be kind of hard to remove the stacks of weakness compared to removing the stacks of cowardness, right? Because this item, you would want to, I feel like you'd want to be a little bit hybrid on warriors, right? Because it feels like it's a warrior solo item or warrior support item if you want to be really aggressive. And you need to be full power to take away the stacks of weakness, right? But you don't want to be full power with, like, usually if you're a warrior guardian, right? Because you don't scale, so you're still gonna have a good amount of stacks of weakness. But when you remove a stack of weakness, you gain a stack of strength. For each stack of strength, you gain 3% damage dealt and 2% movement speed. So maybe like Nike, you could use like Nike with Transcendence, and you build a Transcendence so that you get insane power, so that the weakness, that you can move some stacks of weakness. It'd be interesting. New item, earrings, mystical earrings. 15 MP5, 400 gold. That's really cheap, really cheap tier 1. Like I don't, is there any tier 1 that's 400 gold? There's no way, right? I don't think so. Builds into Griffin Wing earrings. The stats are 20. This is a tier 2, right? 20 power, 15 MP5, 15% attack speed. So a good chunk of attack speed. Physical power is pretty good. Bridge item. I like it. Builds into Phoenix Bulbos only stats. 30 physical power, 50 magical power, 10% CD. This is a different. They're both tier 2, so they're different directions. One has CD, one has attack speed, one has more power and more MP5. Tier 2 Rose, so there's another tier 2, so it branches out into 3 different items. 200 health, 15 MP5, 15 HP5, it's whatever. Pretty cheap though. So the tier 3, 2200 gold, 440 physical power, 60 magical power, 25% attack speed, so that's the upgrade of this one. 15 MP5, basic attack projectile speed increased by 40%. Basic attack damage reduced by 15%. So I would have to run the numbers on this to see if it's even worth it, because the stats aren't that crazy, right? So I would have to see, like, what is the deal with this? What's the math on this? How does it lower your DPS, or is it still net positive in DPS? But it's cool. You know, projectile speed is something that we don't have. That's in Dota, so they added that to Smite. I love that. The other upgrade of the earring, 55 physical power, 80 magical power, so better stats for sure. 10% CD. Obviously, this one has attack speed, so it's different. 10% CD. 30 MP5. Cooldown reduction cap increased from 40 to 60%. Your boy, you guys know that I'm gonna be doing some weird things with this. Ability damage dealt decreased by 20%. That's like that. I have to run the numbers on this. Like, if I'm Janice, I don't mind this, correct? I don't mind the healing because I don't care about healing. But then the damage dealt, is it worth the extra 20%? Probably on characters like Janice, it's worth. Maybe Thoth. Manticore, this is the 3rd upgrade of the earring. So 350 HP, that's a good chunk of HP. 30 HP5, 20 MP5, 20% CCR. When you hit an enemy god with hard control, hard CC, they drop a spike on the ground. When you or an ally pick up the spike, they gain a buff that causes their next ability to deal bonus damage equal to 3% of their max HP. This effect is doubled if you are the one who picks up the spikes, so it's 6% of their max HP on the next ability. Cannot stack. Spikes last 7 seconds. Picking up another spike when you have the buff refreshes the duration. So this one's stats are a bit weaker than the other ones. It's a utility tank. This is pretty cool. Definitely a super interesting item. I love items like this. Another hoop. How many earrings is there? This is just 4 of them. Okay. This is similar to the dropping the spike and picking it up, but it's like a flower. So it's 300 health, 50 less health, 10 less HP 5, more MP 5. I don't know what character needs 40 MP 5, but each time an ally god dies within 70 units of you, or you heal an allied god with an ability. Maybe I'm dumb, I don't know. A flower drops from your ally that can be picked up by you and an allied god. Picking up the flower gives that god a shield equal to 7.5% of their max HP that lasts for 8 seconds. Picking up the flower gives that god. So even if a teammate picks it up, he gets a shield equal to 7.5% of their max HP. Does not stack. The shield refreshes duration. Flower lasts 7 seconds on the ground. That's pretty sick. I think it's sick item. I like it. As covered earlier, duration of anti-heals debuff being changed on items to match the new amount of time to be considered not brawling. So there was a problem with the brawling, right? Which is Smite's band-aid fix to healing, which is it's an aura. If you're not in combat, you after 3 seconds you heal less. So they changed that to 4 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. And now they're also tweaking all the counter healing. So they increased it to 6 on all of them. 6, 6, 6, from 5 to 6 on all of them. Boomba's hammer getting changed. So before, these were the stats: 300 health, 200 mana, 20% CD. Pretty dookie stats outside of the CD. After an ability, 3 to 5. Okay, thank you, 3 to 5. The new stats, we all know that. Oh wait, is it 6 to 5? Oh, I'm sorry, 6 to 5. You're right. 6 to 5, and then it was 3 to 5. So by the time this finishes, you should be the brawling ads. 300. Okay, so these are the old stats for Boomba's hammer. This has changed. 50 physical power, 150 health, 10% CD. So way better stats. These stats are better than these stats. After casting an ability, your next basic attack damage deals an additional true 80 damage. After hitting the basic attack empowered by Boomba's hammer, you activate your non-ultimate cooldowns are reduced by 1 second. So I mean your active non-ultimate cooldown. So non-ultimate big one that was not in this one. So that's huge. I think it should have always been like that, but obviously they changed it for the better now. And by 1 second, and you are healed for 120 health. So it's Boombas with better stats, but it doesn't reduce the CD of your ult, so it's obviously not as good. Still a really good item. Amulet of the Stronghold is now better. The conversion rate is extra 5%. The silence on Amulet of Silence is got reduced by 15 seconds, so it silences more often. Supports can now upgrade to 15 at level 15 instead of 17 because they're so behind in this meta, so they're trying to help them. Increase bonus gold on Sentinel's gift by 1, and you get 6 gold per 5 seconds on Sentinel's Embrace. I really like these changes, very strong. Increase relic CD from 30 to 40, 10 seconds. So you get 40 seconds off your relics. Buff to relic dagger. Buff to tyrannical plate helm. 5% on both health and attack speed on minions. Mail renewal, increased physical protection of 20-30. So just buff on mail renewal in general. I like this item, but it was just too weak. The stats were too garbage, so they buffed that. They buffed the CCR to 30% on Sledge. Might bring it back, honestly. Low key. Shield of Regrowth got buffed. I love this buff. When the passive is triggered, you get an extra 15 physical power or 30 magical power for the 4-second buff duration. So now Ja, pretty happy with that. Thanatos, pretty happy with that. Baron, pretty happy with that. You know, any of those characters in that realm. Herc. Pythax piece got removed 10 pen and added 10% CD and added 50 HP. It's probably a little bit weaker if you ask me, because I feel like there's CD everywhere now, while there's pen everywhere too, I feel, but I still think this is a slight nerf. Not too bad though. Staff Murmuring got changed for the 14th time. New passive: when your ultimate ability has finished casting, you gain Murden's Rage, which provides 25% increased damage dealt, decaying to 2.5. This is boring, very boring. One of the changes that I don't agree with. I don't like these changes, but yep. This is pretty good for mages. This is a buff to mages. Celestial Legion Helm now reduces crit damage, so you can bring it. It's like if like mid game you see them going Wind Demon into DB, this is an option which I enjoy because I felt like you're not gonna go Spectral on mages, right? So giving them an option and them adding it through Celestial, this is very smart, very good. I like it a lot. Bracer of Illumination, buff duration. It needed to be buffed. The other one was just infinitely better, so it can compete with the other upgrade. I like this a lot. Increase miasma damage from 2% current HP to 4% current HP. I like this a lot. I like Drowned Ankh. It was just drowned out by the other Ankh, no pun intended. So pretty much it's a better version of itself. It literally got doubled in damage. I like it. Increase knockback strength by 33%. Yeah, the knockback was like baby, so I enjoy this. Chaotic beads. They should just delete chaotic beads, to be honest, and just make a different upgrade, but that's my opinion. But let's read what they changed. Change passive from 7% current health as magical damage to 5% current health as true damage. Just better. Just more damage when for chaotic beads. Emblem of Trembling Terror. Decrease health threshold for Tremble to occur from 30% max HP to 15% max HP. Good change for the better. Sundering Blast. Fix the bug where incorrect Sunder icon was not being used to represent a cooldown. Increase the target's damage taken. Increase from 5 to 7.5%. Might see some more Sunders now. Increase the radius passive from 55 units to 70. So once the summoning kicks in, pass grow faster. You should overgrow with the summer. Yeah, this is just a little bit better. This just a tiny buff. Updated silver bench to include the description. Attack speed is capped at 2.5. Boom. This is a big one here, so we're gonna go slowly through this. DR stacks will not be visible icon on the buff bar. This is really good because I've explained what DR is for the past 8 years to people that have no clue about it, even though it's very important. So this is really good. Max stack count increased from 2 to 4. Okay. Max stack count. So before you can only stack till 2. Now you can stack to 4 times DR. Okay, I still don't understand, but I still gotta read more. Stacks of the DR last for 15 seconds. That's a very long time. And this duration is refreshed on each new application. No change. This is how it was before. CCR per stack decreased from 40 to 20%. DR can no longer be applied to yourself or allies. Fixed many code-driven displacement abilities that previously did not apply DR. So things that did not apply DR, roots, and knockups, right? So let's see now. Hard CC is now defined as any crowd control that makes it impossible to do at least one of the following actions: basic attack, non-movement abilities, and movement inputs. Hard CCs apply 1 stack of DR, and their durations are affected by the number of DR stacks the player has. This could be pretty confusing for newer players. Roots are now considered hard CC. Woo, that's a big change that a lot of you might not understand, but it's huge. It's huge change. True hard CC is a new subclassification of hard CCs, defined as hard CCs that are not affected by DR. As such, true hard CCs apply 2 stacks of DR. So hard CC only stacks once. It's only 1 stack. True hard CC is 2 stacks. That's all you need to know from this gibberish. These include banishes, grabs, knockbacks, knockups, polymorphs, and pools. Banishes are true hard CCs. Grabs are true hard CCs. Knockbacks. So this nerfs all. Oh my. Wait, how are they going to do this? Wait. It just gives you stacks. It isn't the art itself.
Let's get ready.
Soft CCs are now defined as any crowd control that makes it more difficult to do a specific action, including basic attacks, non-movement abilities, and movement inputs. Soft CCs are neither applied nor are affected by stacks of DR. Intoxicates and trembles are not considered soft CCs. Okay, individual abilities can apply more than 2 stacks of DR if that ability includes multiple types of CC. They're not affected by DR as such, but they apply 2 stacks. So The combination of CC should be stun then knock up, not knock up. Then it should be the other. It should be like if you stun, then finish it with a knock up. You shouldn't start with the knock up. Individual abilities can apply to numerous attacks. Okay. So the following gods have increased the duration. Yes, it makes all roots worse. All roots are worse now. Wait, are roots affected by DR? That's garbage, but sure. On her, impale, stun. No escape, stun. Awilix, gravity surge, stun. The Palo stun and Gilgit stun. So they're all stunned. Okay. Serenus, the Wild Hunt is applying only 1 stack of DR instead of 2. Okay. Polymorph is applying 1 stack of DR instead of 2. Okay. Alright, so let's go talk about normal changes now. You guys have any questions about DR? I'll try to answer them. Decrease time to gain a stack from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Small AO buffs. AOS 3 is still garbage, but yeah, he's a little bit better. A tiny bit better with these changes. Increase the healing reduction applied to nearby enemies from 20 to 25%. Oh, that's a good buff. Increase base damage from 40 to 160 to 50 to 170 reverted, so it's stronger now, just by a bit. Cupid. Increase damage done to minions from 50 to 60%, both on initial hit and explosion, so better wave clear because his wave clear got dookied by the increase in minion HP. Increase base heal per heart from 30 to 110 to 40 to 140. Yeah, it's small changes, but they help him out. Increase damage from 60 to 220 to 80 to 240 on Strife, a little bit better. Decrease cooldown 60 to 15, just small changes. Discord is not that much better. Increase cooldown reduction on Argus from 1 second to 1.5. Increase cooldown reduction on Argus. Increase cooldown reduction on commanding presence for 0.30. Okay. Decrease cooldown 14 to 13 on Herc. Nice. Decrease cooldown 14 to 12 to 13 to 11. Small changes. Not that much better. Humbots is now knock up and knock back immune while channeling his ability. Oh my god, dude. Bots is back, bro. You still get stunned though. Increase damage. Increase base damage from 75 to 290 to 85 to 305. Yes, awesome. Decrease cooldown on 14 to 12 seconds on Rend, and increase damage from barrier to 320. So these are pretty strong changes for Nike. Pele, increase a return damage from 20 damage per shard to 30 damage per shard. So small buff on the one. Increase base damage of 50 to 122 to 50 to 130 per hit. I said this. Increase damage mitigations from 35 to 50%. Yeah, this had to happen. This was good changes. Ares now deals 40% extra damage to jungle monsters on shackles. It's still not that good. You're gonna shackle once, so it's whatever. 40% more in the shackle, I guess. You're still gonna use the fire. It doesn't change anything. Now deals 40% extra. Okay, this is good for him though. Yo, jungle Danza. We're gonna try. Now deals 30% damage to jungle monsters. Nice. That's definitely much better. She's kind of that might help her jungle. You maxed a 1 now, I think. We'll see. Increase base HP from whoa, from 574 to 650. This guy's this young lady's a tank. Increase base HP from 84 to 88. Total health, so she's back. She's 2410. Wow, she's much tankier. And now deals 15% extra damage to minions. Ooh, some nice Chang'e changes. Very nice. Thor, minions now take 100% damage from return swing. It helps solo, but it does his jungle. It's like whatever. It's you just save 3 auto attacks on the camps if you throw your hammer.
That's it?
Now you can max your hammer if you want, I think, because you used to put 2 levels in spin so you can clear side minions. Increase physical protections from 11.2 to 18.2. Jean Kui, they're getting some yummy dummy bummy. So I don't agree with all of this, but I'm gonna go over it. Non-conquest balances in-game icon. Gods will not have percentage-based buffs or debuffs to all modes except Conquest. Non-conquest balance effects will apply equally in modes, so Arena, Assault, Joust, etc. will all be using the same balance. If the god you are playing has any changes applied to them through non-conquest balance, there will be an icon in your buff bar and a system message at the beginning of the match to tell you what changes you have. Buff or debuff. Damage to minions, damage to gods, damage received, healing given, non-ultimate ability cooldowns, ultimate ability cooldown. So we can go over the nerfs. Minus 5% damage to gods, minus 10% damage to minions, plus 5% non-ult CDs, plus 10% ultimate cooldown. Okay, it's a lot of minus damage to gods. Ult is a little bit up more often. Same thing to Ares, ult up more often. Damage taken, non-ult cooldown, so all cooldowns for Khepri. Zeus plus 5% non-damage ultimate cooldowns, minus 10 damage to gods. I mean, he's probably cooking Arena. Minus 5 damage is taken. Minus some. They just Alquang is just dominating these Joust guys or something. Alquang is just cooking these nerds playing Joust. They're like, bro, why am I getting eaten? And that's why this happened. Minus 10% damage taken. Same thing with Arachne. Arachne's cooking Joust too. Baka's cooking Joust too. Cavilla's cooking something. 10%. Janice is getting cooked in all the other modes. Plus 10% damage to gods. Set plus 5. So remember, this is not to Conquest. This is just to the other modes, because a lot of people play the other modes. Circuit minus 10% damage taken, plus 5 damage to gods. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Say why you don't agree.
Yo, Root with the 9 months. So my reason for not liking this is because I play other modes too, and I like to learn from other modes. I learn from the other modes sometimes in small spikes and weird plays and weird timings, and it allows me to transfer that to Conquest. But I no longer will be able to do this because I'll have a wrong read on these characters when I bring them to Conquest if I play other modes. So it's gonna make me not want to play the other modes as a Conquest player. But obviously, you know, this is not about me or playing competitive. This is about, you know, the noobs getting owned by these characters. That's what it's about. You're reading all of these backwards? Am I?
What do you mean backwards? How are you supposed to?
Minus 10% damage taken, minus 10%. Oh, because it's plus minus. Okay, well, it seems like Alposh is getting cooked. Ares is cooking. Khepri is cooking. Zeus is cooking. And then Ao is getting cooked. Arachne is getting cooked. Baka is getting cooked. Kama is getting cooked. No, and then Janice is not getting cooked. Oh, okay. Well, it's the same shit though. Like, it's just about plus 5 damage to minions, minus 5 damage taken, minus 10 damage taken. Yeah, it's. I don't even care about this anymore, to be honest. But yeah, it makes him able to balance Conquest better. Does it really? The fact that they're even listening to any of this is just you balance the game around your main mode, and then you worry about this later. Like, you don't change anything here for this. But like I said, Smite is not a true MOBA in that aspect. Like, their player base is so split if you compare it to League and Dota. So I understand why they did this. I don't agree though. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy.